Type S hydrated lime is a common construction lime that can be found in any building supply store or masonry yard. To make lime putty, you will need to mix this lime with the distilled water. You'll need to use distilled water for its purity and absence of salts. You will mix it with mixing whisk, which is also a common tool and can be gathered from a paint supply store. The drill should be preferably powerful and high torque drill because it's strenuous labor for it to mix the paint. You need to set the drill to run in reverse, counterclockwise, to stop it from squirting things around. So, powder, hydrated lime putty, distilled water, drill, and a whisk. Also, you're going to need a good dust mask because you don't want to breathe in any of the hydrated lime. Make sure you're pouring the lime into the water. Put about a third of the water in a bucket and slowly pour the dry lime into the water, running the drill in reverse, mixing it in. So you keep pouring it until you get the paste consistency, sort of a cream cheese consistency of the mixture. And you will continue to mix it until all the clumps and all the lumps of still dry lime will be properly hydrated. The resulted lime putty will be of inferior to Fresco quality because construction lime are made out of dolomitic lime and has a really high content of magnesium plus some other additives that makes it easier to work with for the construction, but is very, very bad for the actual fresco painting. However, the resulted lime putty will give you a great material to do plastering exercises, to learn and get familiar with the application of fresco plaster and plaster layers. So for mixing and training purposes, that's the ideal material because it's very, very inexpensive. Also, you can try some painting on it. However, the color will not be as bound to the surface as it happens with high calcium lime, and some fluorescence can happen, and also the layers may eventually delaminate or crack, which would not a desirable effect on the fresco unless you want to make something really like distressed looking, which in that direction that's okay. However, it is really an ideal material to practice the application and to learn the best ways, or get used to the applying plaster. For that, this is a great material. So you keep mixing it, keep whisking it. There isn't a really set clock like with everything in fresco. The longer you mix, the better result you will receive. It's all in putting effort in there. However, it's fairly fast. As you can see in this video, it didn't take us longer than 10 minutes to do all that. Actually, it's probably about 5. I would suggest mixing as long as you can, but at least 15-20 minutes to get everything properly mixed in. And the consistency you're looking for is about consistency of cream cheese. As you can see right there, it's more or less a paste, and it's quite even, so you don't see any clumps. So that means that we're just about ready to go to the next step, which is reslaking. So we'll still mix a little bit, still go around just to make sure that there are no clumps, just to make sure that it's perfectly mixed and it's a perfect consistent paste. So to go a few more times. So when I'm done, take the tile out. You can't use this lime right away, or let's say you shouldn't use it right away. What you need to do with that is you need to give time for the lime in the mix to swell, or in other words, reslake it. That usually takes about minimum of 2 weeks. And it takes years for the lime to slake, but for the practice purposes, and especially since you're working with the hydrated lime, a couple of weeks should do the trick. So just cover it with a layer of water to stop carbon dioxide from calcifying the lime, and put a lid on it and leave it for a couple of weeks.